All right. Well, sounds like fellowship is good, and you're enjoying the pie, so that's wonderful. You know, the Moravians had what they called love feasts, and they would sing, eat some pie, sing some more. They'd go get some pie, sing some more. So you are, by all means, more than welcome to go get more pie throughout this. We're going to intersperse this with, we're going to have opportunities for testimonies where you can come up here. You'll come right here. We've got chairs here, so what I'm encouraging you to do is while we're singing, if you would like to share a testimony, go ahead and come on up and sit here in these chairs so that we have a nice lineup here for each session. So we'll start with one song, and that'll give you a chance to come up here if you have something that you'd like to share. A thing I'd like to encourage us too with is just with our testimonies, as we share about the ways God has worked in our lives, and encourage you. Sometimes we can think of stories that have been impactful for us and the way God's worked in our heart and life, but we may not always connect the dots. And so let's connect the dots tonight, where we tie back what God has done in our lives to who God is. So if you share a story of God's faithfulness, just recount how it's pointing you towards God's faithfulness, or if there's some way God's worked in your life, perhaps a lesson that God's taught. But we'll use this as a way to encourage one another in the Lord. Also, we have the screen on the back wall as well as the front. So while we're singing, you obviously during testimonies, you may want to look this way, but you can also see that screen on the back wall as well while we're singing, so that'll give you a good way to read the words either way. So this is going to be an encouraging time. I hope and I pray, and wonderful way for us to focus on Thanksgiving. We did this earlier this year because we want to make sure we had more people here. So that is the goal for tonight. So pray that you'll be encouraged. Pastor Steve's going to come and lead us in an opening song. And while we're singing, feel free to come up here. You can just sit here in these chairs, and then you can give your testimonies in that order.
You all are going to remain seated for all the songs. Otherwise, it'd probably be chaos, total chaos. So we're going to start with "Come Ye Thankful People Come." And I won't give you the hymn numbers because you don't have hymn books. So the words are on the screen. "Come Ye Thankful People Come." Come ye thankful people, come, raise the song of harvest home. All is safely gathered in, ere the winter storms begin. God our Maker doth provide for our wants to be supplied. God's own temple come, raise the song of harvest home. For the Lord our God shall come, and shall take his harvest home. From his field shall in that day sorrow free from sin, forever purified, in thy presence to abide. Come with all thine angels, come, praise the glorious harvest home.
It's going to be a long testimony. No, short. In the last 3 years, maybe 2, I get a little confused sometimes. I have had 3 falls, and 3 falls is 3 too many. And I was beginning to wonder about what was going on, and I think there was some concussions involved in the whole fall. And the most recent one, my one about 3 weeks ago, I fell out of bed, and that takes talent. And so, and I did get a concussion, so that that's just the way it's been going. And last somebody said I need speech therapy too, so you have to be patient with me to get it all out. But I had the bad flu. There was a bad flu and a batter flu, and I had the batter flu, whatever that was. And thank you, I appreciated that. And in May, I started, the doctor, that our family doctor said, "You're kind of different now." And I knew I was kind of different, but, personality a little different, the way I walked a little different. And they said, "I think you need to go to a neurologist." And I did. Well, I didn't, because I tried. I called, and I got an appointment in 8 months later. And I wasn't really encouraged over that, but I was realizing there was a lot of things I couldn't do quite right, and it was making me nervous, because I like to do things. I don't want to just sit. But a verse that came to me that day that was the cornerstone of what God has done. Psalm 138:8. The Lord will fulfill his purpose for me. Who? The Lord. He will fulfill his purpose for me. Your steadfast love, O Lord, endures forever. Do not forsake the work of your hands. And God has not forsaken me. He's been with me. And I don't see too many other people coming up here, but you're welcome to come. I was not introduced, but John taught a doctor in town here. His name is Dr. Merchant, and he's a neurologist. So we waited not too long, but a little long. And then we got in with someone else, another doctor that had a specialty in this area. And he tested me with different little things I had to do. And he said in his report that you probably have, I think probably is better, idiopathic Parkinson's. And do you know what idiopathic means?
We don't know where it comes from.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. But so that's, a pretty good analysis, because they don't know all about it. But the nice thing was, he said, I think it's a joy. And somebody spoke with me and said, when I got this last doctor, she said, in the same chapter, on the day I called, you answered me. He did answer. It took a long time, but it wasn't in the day, but it was day by day. And on the day I called, you answered me. My strength of soul, you increased. And God has increased my soul, and I have grown. And God is good, and he is always there. And if my elbow is shaking, it's not that I'm scared, but it goes with the territory. And so the Lord bless you. And I'm glad that God revealed to me my anxious heart so that I can learn to know the Lord better. And I thank you for all the many things that you have done for me. I've had you're a wonderful people here, and I love you.
We're going to sing 2 songs, so that gives you 2 songs to think about what you want to say. Then just come right up here and have a seat here, and we'll have some more testimonies. So let's sing. The next one is "My Heart is Filled with Thankfulness." It's in the songbook. Some of you might have a songbook, or the way the chairs are there, you might be able to take one out if you need one. The words are right up there on the screen. "My heart is filled with thankfulness." My heart is filled with thankfulness to Him who bore my pain, who calmed the depth of my disgrace and gave me life again, who crushed my curse and fullness and clothed me sustaining me with arms of life and crowning me with praise. My heart is fullness to Him who reigns above, whose wisdom is my perfect peace, whose every thought is love. For every day I have on earth is given by the King. So I will give my life, my all, to love and follow Him. To love and follow Him. Come, thou fount of every blessing, tune my heart to sing thy grace. Come, thou fount of every blessing, to my heart to sing thy grace. Streams of mercy never ceasing, calling songs of loudest praise. Teach me some melodious sonnet, sung by flaming tongues above. Praise the mount I'm fixed upon it, mount of thy redeeming love. Here I raise my Ebenezer, hither by thy help I'm come, and I hope by thy good pleasure safely to arrive at home. Jesus, Lord, be my stranger. better. Daily I'm constrained to be. Let thy goodness like a fetter bind my wandering heart to thee. Prone to wander, Lord, I feel it. Prone to leave the God I love. Here's my heart, oh, take and seal it for thy courts above.
All right, well, Marcy, you're the best salesperson there is. We got 5 people up here for testimonies now after your pleas, so I really appreciate that. And so what we're going to do is we'll take this in the order that you came. So I think, Jen, you came first, and then Carolyn, and then I don't remember who was Dale, or was it Patrick? So what we may want to do is, just depending on how it works, we could maybe do testimonies for, like, say, the next 10 minutes, and then if you can wait till the next, depending on how it goes. Does that sound okay? I don't mean to make you sit up here forever, but I thought it'd be a good way. And if you want to keep coming, we'll bring more chairs up here. There's plenty of room at this table. You can come up here, but this is great. So love to hear from Jen.
So basically, we have like 3 minutes apiece to speak. I wanted to do this last year, and those of you who know my husband and I know that it was too much for me to do last year, and a little too stressful. But I just wanted to share 2 Samuel 22, 30-33. This is David's song of praise that expresses his confidence in God's power. For by thee I have run through a troop, by my God have I leaped over a wall. As for God, his way is perfect. The word of the Lord is tried. He is a shield to all them that trust in him. For who is God except the Lord? And who is a rock except our God? God is my strength and power, and he maketh my way perfect. This is, you'll have to excuse me, those of you who don't know me, I just had an eye transplant, and I have this weird, this is a big thing for me to come up here because my eye will stare at you and my other eye will go all over the place. So I'm not trying to be weird, it's just the way it is. I just wanted to, this verse was so special because I realized that so many people in our church family have run through a troop or they've leaped over a wall in the past year or so. Our family has, but we're not the only one. And what a joy to know that God helps us to leap walls. It's been a long time since I could leap over a wall. But those walls can be, they can be something that is seemingly insurmountable. The troop, it could be external enemies. And I realized when I thought about the walls that we face, it could be financial, it could be your job, it could be family, it could be physical things, it could be a paper you have to write for school this week. But God is there, and he's our power, and he maketh our way perfect, whatever, even though we don't always like his definition of perfection or the way that we see that. But my other verse I wanted to share was, because we know that God's is our strength and power, and he maketh our way perfect. Hebrews 13:15, this is my verse that was my Thanksgiving bulletin board when I was a teacher. By him, therefore, let us offer the sacrifice of praise to God continually. That is the fruit of our lips, giving thanks to his name. And because his way is perfect for us, we can give thanks to his name. I did want to say, and I haven't done this to our whole church family, how thankful Dave and I and our family has been for you. Your prayers, your cards, your meals. I said, I feel like it's time now that we should find attention by doing something else, get attention. But I don't want this to be about me, but We are thankful our son, who was hit by a truck when he was out bicycling, is doing fairly well, and I just wanted to give an update to him. He just had to have re-surgery on his leg, and they think it might be 12 months before he feels more like himself, but he's alive, and we're so thankful for that. Dave is doing well. His scans have all come back clear, and I had a scan last week, and my scan came back clear. So we're very thankful for God's healing power on all of this. Thank you.
Cameron, I just want to say thanks for putting us in order, because the longer I sit there, the drier my mouth gets and the harder my heart pounds. So thanks for getting me up. And Jen, your eyes look beautiful. The doctors did a great job on them. So I wasn't planning to come up here, but the Lord placed on my heart something that I did not expect. For any of you that don't know, I'm in real estate investing, and I'm acquisitions. So I'm in the ditches finding the homes. I gain the trust of the seller, listen to their needs, and try to make a deal that fits seller and buyer. So I was on my way to a place in Spartanburg. It was an 89-year-old lady. And when I went to analyze the house, she shared with me a little bit about her life. She was a widow. Her husband passed away, and she'd already spent up all the money that he had left for her. So I thought, oh, you're in a pretty bad situation. Her daughter had taken her life, and then she was also looking after the special needs grandson that was her daughter's. And he was pretty severely autistic and some other problems. So I was really burdened when I was spending time with her, the burden that she was carrying. So a week went by and we made a deal. The thing is, she chose the cash deal, and we do a cash offer and a structured offer. I won't go into what that's all about. So on my way to meeting her at her home, I had a little bit of a knot in my stomach because I thought, I don't know how we're going to make money with this cash deal. And we didn't expect her to take that cash deal. So the structured deal was better for her in the long run. It controlled her spending, provided for her extra needs, grandson when she passed away. So long story short, she did take the structured deal, and it worked out really great for her especially. But during that time, she really started opening up her life to me. She told me how I knew about her daughter who took her life, but then I found out that her daughter's husband took his life first. And then she shared how her other daughter took her life. And my heart was so heavy for her. And here she was with this grandson at 89 looking after him. So then she was talking about her husband and then another husband. I said, oh, did your first husband pass away? And she said, no, I left him and I married another husband. And she said, as a matter of fact, I had 3 husbands, and the third husband was like a swap, a husband-marriage swap. And I felt really sad for her, not judgmental, sad, because who am I? That could have been me. And she looked at me and she said, you must think I'm a terrible person. I said, oh no. I have a sin nature. I could be in your position. And I let her know that